I'm Susan. My mic on? I'm Susan, and my colleagues here are Ed, Carmen, and Robert. I am We are graduates of the Livestrong program at the Y, and it means so much to us that you are here tonight. While we all come from different backgrounds, this free program is a huge relief to us and to our families for countless different reasons. This important program is only possible through your charitable contributions. And here with me on the stage are Carmen Rosado, Ed Haddad, and Robert Thompson. No single one of our stories is the same, but they all share a common thread of hope, camaraderie, and unending support. We so strongly believe in the program that we wanted to share our stories and the impact this program has had on our lives. You will hear from each of us describing our journeys and the role that Livestrong at the YMCA has played in each of our lives. So I will ask them a few questions. And the first question is, just briefly, tell us your story. Ed.
In December of 2005, I was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia. At that time, I was a very active member of the Greendale Y and was told to stay away from the gym because there wasn't enough room in my capillaries for red blood cells. They were afraid I was going to have a stroke, so I did. Anyway, I was treated with oral chemo up until late 2014 when the oral drugs stopped working, and I was given the option, said, well, the only thing you can have done is have a bone marrow transplant. But luckily at that same time, my oncologist was conducting a clinical trial that showed great promise in white mice, where they coupled the drug that I was on with an over-the-counter asthma medication. Well, it didn't work. So 3 months later, they started working me up for a bone marrow transplant. Everything about me is unique, as my oncologist would say to me, and they had a hard time finding a donor, and I ended up being a mismatch. But in August of 2015, I spent 32 days in semi-isolation in UMass, had a bone marrow transplant, and here I am today. We passed 2 years this past August. They say it's a rebirth. It's like you have a new birthday because you have somebody else's DNA in you now. So, thank you. That's my story.
Thank you.
Good evening. I would like to start by saying that I have always been a very active person. I heard the doctors saying, please stay active, physical activities. So that's me. Ever since I was a teenager, I was a very active person and always taking care of my health. And last year, February 16, I was diagnosed with stage 3 of breast cancer. So I was totally surprised because I was not expecting that, being a person who was always active and healthy. And so I went through so many emotions. I was confused. I was surprised, and I was numb because I have no idea that I was going to hear that from my doctor. So we talk about treatment and the procedures, and I started by having a lumpectomy. And that was fine, but then 1 month after, I was told that I needed another surgery because I had more cancer on my lymph nodes. So that was very sad, and it just added more to my emotions. So I went to the treatment. I had 36 sessions of radiation, and that was very stressful because being an active person, I was always tired, and we all know that when you go to those treatments, that's one of the side effects. So I was always tired. I fell into depression. I have no interest to do anything because I had so many things in my mind. So anyway, I completed the treatment, and I've been cancer-free since for the last year. And here I am. Thank you.
So, my name is Robert Thompson. I'm a stage 4 lung cancer survivor, and I'm also a Livestrong member. In 2015, I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. left the gym, the Y from working out, went on a routine doctor's appointment. What I thought was gonna be a chest cold turned out to be lung cancer. I gotta say that I was shocked because I always kind of took care of myself, I always worked out, and when he told me I had lung cancer, even now I can't accept that. I can't accept it. I did 10 months of radiation and 10 months of chemo. The chemo and the radiation left me tired and weak. I am now doing an immune therapy treatment at Dana-Farber. That's going good for me, and I'm living strong.
I had first heard of Livestrong at the Y close to 10 years ago from a friend in Western Massachusetts, so I was aware that there was such a thing. Then I was diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years ago after almost a year of is it or isn't it? It began with a routine chest x-ray for flu-related pneumonia, which raised questions in my lungs and breast tissue. I was referred to a surgeon who pursued the diagnostic process, which was still inconclusive 6 months later. To quote him, he said, "No one is willing to sign off and say that this isn't cancer, so we need to proceed." So a biopsy showed that in fact was breast cancer. My situation is a little unique because I had a prior history about 18 years before that, which was treated successfully, and I had moved well beyond it, and I thought I was home free. So after that 9 months of uncertainty, I was dragged back into that world of feeling conditional and contingent. So the next question is, if you'll share with us what made you decide to participate in the Livestrong at the Y program. Ed.
Well, obviously, after spending 32 days in semi-isolation, I was pretty weak. In fact, one day they came in, they handed me a walker, and I said, "What the heck's that for?" And they said, "You're going to need it." And I certainly did. But coming home, I tried to get back on my feet, tried to walk again, but I found that even walking through the neighborhood wasn't all that great for me. And what was happening is winter was coming, and it was starting to get cold, and I didn't want to go outside in the cold, the snow. So I happened to be at the clinic one day at UMass. I mentioned to one of my nurses that I was thinking about joining a gym, and that she suggested check out Livestrong at the Y. So a Google search led me to the Greendale branch where I had been a member previously. I contacted Brenna Miller there, and next thing you know, I was in the program. So I started the program in January of 2016, and I haven't looked back since.
So I am very lucky because I do have a good friend who also happened to be a board member for the Y. And when she came to visit me when I was going through my surgery, she did mention the Livestrong program. I have no idea because, before I heard my diagnosis, I didn't know any information, only the basic, but I have no idea where do you go if you have cancer. So she was very nice to me, and she told me about the Livestrong program, and she encouraged me to get in touch with the person in charge at the Y Central Mass or Y on Worcester Main Street. So I got in touch with that person. That was Brenda Jenkins. By the way, I talked to her, and she directed me to the right place. She told me, gave me all the information about the program. And I was very excited because that was at the point in my life that I needed to be connected with that kind of program, knowing that I needed to gain my strength again. Because, like I said, I went through a lot of lack of motivation. So getting in touch with the Livestrong program and the staff, they welcomed me, they embraced me with their motivation and the Respire staff that they have, by the way. And I have been a member of the Livestrong program ever since, and that was about almost a year and a half ago.
That's right. So for me, I guess it was a friend at the Y. A lifelong member that's been working out at the Y for a long time. He would see me around, and he could just see that I was kind of depressed, and I think the chemo had, I lost like 60 pounds. The chemo was terrible on me, and the depression was too. And he just kept on, encouraging me to reach out to Anya at the Livestrong program. He was like, you need to get back to working out again and getting in the gym once you reach out to Anya at the Livestrong program. So I did. And I gotta say that that's probably one of the best things that I've done. I feel strong again, and I'm working the program.
It wasn't until almost 3 years past my treatment that I actually participated in Livestrong. Two women that I know did Livestrong at Greendale and couldn't say enough about it. But I was still working. I live in South Grafton and it seemed too far after work. And the program was not yet up and running at Burroughs Y. Even after I got on Christine's radar, I still did not see myself doing an evening or a weekend group. And finally, because she was persistent, in the fall of 2015, when I was looking at retirement, I finally said yes. Livestrong at the Y helped me, a formerly very active person, but with a sedentary job, to get moving again. I'm so grateful for the experience and the support and for the people that I continue to meet. So finally, the question is, what impact has Livestrong at the Y had on your journey? Ed?
Well, it's a community of warriors, Kristen, and survivors. In and of itself, that's being part of that group, it's a remarkable experience. The support that our trainers give us is absolutely incredible, both physical support and emotional support. My own personal belief is I wouldn't be where I am today without their support, and I will be eternally grateful to them for that support. We also give and get support from the others in our classes, and right now I volunteer as well, and we talk about emotional support to others and helping them get through what they're going through, because we've all been there. One of the other things I found was that I would go before class, go into the Wellness Center at Greendale, and I'd have my yellow Livestrong t-shirt on, and people in the general membership would come up to me and say hello and introduce themselves, ask how I was doing, what kind of cancer I had had, how I was doing, if I needed any help with anything. And that spurred a lot of lasting friendships. I see people there every day. We have some alumni groups that people get together, so it's created a lot of camaraderie through the people for a whole community of cancer survivors, which I think is a wonderful thing.
Well, being part of the Livestrong program for me, it's like my family, because that's the way that we support, each other. And for me to be in a place where people know what you are going through, because we were all in the same position. I heard so many things about chemotherapy, radiation, all the side effects, being tired, depressed. So being in a place that people understood, how you feel, what you're going through, for me it was very significant to find that kind of support. And then we become a family, and we do so many activities together. Not only at the Y, but we also meet outside as well. So having this external family, there for you, knowing what you're going through, and motivating you, and keeping you going, this has been absolutely a great experience for me. And I'm really thankful that the Livestrong program was there for me when I needed the program the most.
That's great. And for me, I think it gives me a place to go. The mental and the physical part of it is great. I enjoy being with the ladies in my group. They keep me going. They are my biggest supporters. My wife, Lisa, it gives us a place to, take some of the stress off. She's my caretaker, but she needs a place to go to, just take a break from me, taking care of me sometime. And it's a great program, and I want to say thank you, Anya. Thank you. You're a great trainer. I appreciate the Livestrong program for all y'all do for me. Thank you so much. And God bless you.
Well, I would echo all of these things that you've heard, but I will tell you the best thing to come from my Livestrong at the Y experience is being an intake volunteer at the Borough's Y. I am one of 2 people who assist those are applying for the program with their intake process. We help them fill out forms, answer their questions, offer support, take them on a tour, and often share our stories. But the very, very best thing for me is the privilege of hearing their stories as trust is established during that interview process. I love that I am able to take my own experience and turn it into a way to reach out and to help others. So I have one more question for you. How has your participation inspired you to help others? Ed.
Having gone through the program and just absolutely fell in love with it and with the people there, once I finished my program, I said, can I volunteer? Because I want to pay back. I mean, I want to pay it forward and help other people. So, since I finished my program in March of 2016, I am there Wednesdays and Fridays and Tuesday night and Thursday night to help with the groups and volunteer with them. And I just think it's wonderful. Share my experiences with them, support them physically and emotionally. I just think it's a fantastic thing. The other thing is when I finished my program, we had our Mission in Motion fundraiser. I was barely able to ride a bike for more than 5 minutes. It's a cyclothon, for those of you who don't know what it is. But this past spring, I was able to put a group together with my family, and I was able to ride for an extended period of time, and we were able to raise funds to support the Livestrong program.
That's great.
So I think it's an absolutely phenomenal program. I cannot recommend it enough to more people. I talk about it whenever I go to clinic and to my doctors and nurses there, and we should keep it going, and we want you all to give money so we can keep the program going.
That's great.
So just like you, I do want to do something, pay back, because I love this program. I'm very passionate with everything, the program, the design of the program, the staff that is so supportive, all the good things that they do that I do. I want to be trained as a like Livestrong trainer. So my mission, my goal is to become one of those training as well. And I've been taking classes already, and like I say, I'm going maybe step by step, but I know that I will be there, because that's what I would love to do. Because my mission now and my responsibility is to share what I know with others. I also speak on Monday on a local radio station, and all I talk about is about nutrition and healthy habits, just like the doctor said before, emphasize and encourage people to please become more physical active. So my job is to spread what I already know, what I have learned to Live Strong, and also encourage other people to participate in the program, and encourage all of you as well to please keep support this wonderful program. There is hope. Live Strong.
So I think there's nothing like word of mouth. That's the way I heard of the program. I get out in my community now and I try to spread the word. I'm passing out pamphlets at Dana-Farber, Burbank, any hospital, any clinic that I at. I'm trying to put the word out that this program, it works. You know, I wouldn't speak on the program if it didn't work. I know it's working for me. So that's the way I give back.
One thing that unites us is our journeys. All of us on the stage now, and many of you in the audience, know all too well the numerous struggles someone battling cancer must go through. Shock, confusion, uncertainty, isolation. Livestrong at the YMCA reminds us that we are not alone. The program helps survivors change our focus from this terrible disease to healing and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. Hope, support, strength, encouragement. These words you've heard us speak tonight are something every graduate of Livestrong at the Y has experienced. They are more than just words to us. They represent tangible improvements we've seen in ourselves as a result of that support system. With the support of the community, all of you here tonight, we can continue this wonderful program and ensure that the Y is there for cancer survivors in need. Thank you all for listening to our voices. Please join me in appreciating the courage and honesty of Carmen, Ed, and Robert. At this time, I'd like to invite John Doyle, Chair of the Y's Board of Directors, to the stage.
Thank you very much, Susan. It's always amazing to hear the different ways that Livestrong has helped you folks, and I really want to thank the panel for sharing those with us. It's very inspirational, and it shows really how well it works. For those that were here last year at the event, you may remember that my family also received benefit and support from this tremendous initiative. My wife Delia, who had colorectal cancer, participated about 4 years ago, and there's no way that I can express the appreciation I felt in seeing the physical and the emotional improvements as a result of going through that program. For that reason, I am proud to advocate, volunteer, and help raise funds for this program. That's why we're all here tonight. If you don't believe me, listen to Ed Haddad. As you've heard throughout the evening, we need to raise charitable dollars to maintain this program at no cost to survivors and their loved ones. While we're proud to alleviate the financial burden for individuals at such a stressful time, this program is not free to put on. In fact, the cost is about $1,600 per participant, and this includes all of the expenses of the highly trained Livestrong trainers, specialized wellness classes, and the cost of the family memberships, all that are critical to the success of this life-changing program. And of course, we need your help to ensure the Y is there for survivors needing a network of support in the coming years. No matter the size of the gift, will make a huge difference in someone's life by subsidizing the cost for a participant. So I'd ask that we take out our paddles. The paddles are on the back of your pledge card, inside of your book, I believe, Eileen. And I'm asking for your thoughtful consideration in standing with me and the survivors here and with making a gift tonight. So who will join me in being a champion of survivorship with $1,000, opening up with $1,000? We have number 71. We need your card. She has the name. All right, anyone, $1,000 for survivorship. Thank you. 74, 71. Who will join us with a gift of $500 to stand for survivorship? $500. We have number 42, number 45, number 165. Thank you very much. Who will help us with a gift of $250 to help the program continue on? We have number 166, number 125, number 130, number 74. Excellent. Thank you very much. And Livestrong, to keep it going, we need to have all the support we can. So who will help us to keep it thriving with a $100 gift? We have number 74, number 100, number 56, number 85, 82, 32, 31, 105, 27, 92, 36, 5, 6, 111, 95, 88, 123, 103, 10, 147, 127, 172. I think I got it, 20. Thank you. And lastly, every gift matters. It makes a difference no matter what we give. Who will pledge $50? We have 151, 74, 9, 137, 131, 64, 47, 116, 9, 137. 55 from Ed. 158. Excellent. And I'm very proud and moved to see all of you standing and supporting this wonderful program and the survivorship. Unless you've gone through the program or have seen a loved one that's gone through it, you can't really know what the profound difference this makes. but thank you very much for all your support. Please take a moment and complete your pledge cards, and the staff will collect them, and you can turn them in now or on your way out. And what a wonderful show of support this whole group is giving. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. This was truly very inspirational, watching the support in this room unfold. There is no doubt in my mind that you all believe in the power of Livestrong at the Y, and I'm so proud to stand with you in raising the necessary funds to ensure that this program remains accessible to all who need it. At this time, I'd like to invite Ross Dick back onto the stage.
Thank you, and thanks for everyone tonight. It's been a great evening. We're just about wrapping up, but we've made a big impact tonight in terms of our fundraising. The word is that we've raised over $50,000 this evening, which is great. These dollars will translate to more cancer survivors being able to participate in Livestrong at the Y in the years to come. I want to especially thank those who sponsored tonight's event. We raised $40,000 from our wonderful mission partners who share our vision for a supportive and thriving community. We can't do this work alone and appreciate these partners who helped us achieve our cause. Also want to thank our MC, Dr. Dilip Jain. Thank you for contributing to tonight's program and leading this event. You know firsthand the power of Livestrong at the Y, and we're grateful for your advocacy on its behalf in the medical community. And finally, I want to thank our panelists, Susan, Ed, Carmen, and Robert. We certainly appreciate your journeys and your willingness to share your perspective and your insights. As the chair of the annual campaign, the Y's largest program to raise philanthropic dollars, I am proud of what we accomplished tonight. Every dollar raised by the Y goes directly into funding program subsidies such as Livestrong at the Y or direct financial assistance to ensure Y programs and services are there for those most in need. With that, I'm going to do the raffle. How do I do the raffle? I just watch it? All right. Perfect. That was easy. So, thank you. That's a lot easier than pulling them. So those, look at your tickets. If you won those raffles, you can pick them up on the way out. And again, we thank you. And for our final word, I'll turn it back to Dylan.
Thank you all for coming. For our lucky winners tonight, you may collect the raffle prizes at the table as you leave. If you have not already done so, please turn in your pledge cards. That's the whole reason why we were here today. If you'd like to pay this evening, the staff can assist you. Thank you again. Good night and God bless everyone.
Seems so kind.